travel, budget, cars. Welcome to the life of P&K. Without wasting any time, let's get going with this video. Welcome to the channel, everyone. It's a very hot day here in South Florida. I'm baking out, but for you, I have to make this video. I've been talking about it in the last two videos, and it's finally the day to introduce the X3 that I purchased. It's really dirty. I haven't washed it in a while. I use it as my daily driver. So it gets a bit messy here, especially with the rainy season here in South Florida. We've had a lot of rain, so the car is not in the best condition when it comes to exterior. But I wanted to introduce the car to you because I keep mentioning it in every single channel, and like the previous video, if you guys haven't seen it, we installed a camera. You can probably see it right here. And it was a very universal camera. It fit very well. I'm very happy with it. I'm gonna do a review the following video, but now today I wanted to talk about this car and this car only. Before we get to the exterior of the car, I wanted to give you a couple quick facts about this car. This is the X3 M40i, which has the famous 6-cylinder turbo engine. You can find it in the M340s, in a lot of M performance cars across the board in BMW's lineup. It also has the famous 8-speed automatic transmission. It's still automatic transmission, but it's very close to a dual clutch transmission. It shifts very quickly, very crispy, and very accurately. I love this transmission. For being an automatic, you don't even think it's an automatic. But a couple quick facts. The car is supposed to do 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds, so it's really nice. It's very nice for a comfortable big SUV to have that type of acceleration. It's phenomenal. Fuel economy, 23 miles combined. I'm getting about 23.3 combined right now. I drive a lot of high-end city, so it's right on par with that, so they don't lie with that statistic. This car starting MSRP is $58,000. You can probably find that if you look around, because a lot of the BMW dealerships sell above MSRP with the whole car shortage and so on. So without delaying any further, let's go talk about the outside and why I decided to pick this car from among the 1,000 SUVs that are out there, why I decided to pick this car exactly, and what I really like about it. This is going to be not just a review of the car, but also it's going to be my opinion and why I decided to pick this car. So let's start with the back. I did opt for the Shadowline package. I wanted to get the Shadowline package, but unfortunately, due to part shortage, it was not available. So I have these little chrome badges here and chrome badges right there, which is okay. Otherwise, they would have been blacked out if I went with the Shadowline package. But I would say one of my favorite parts about this car is the rear. It looks phenomenal, especially with this new design of the lights. I haven't played Halo, but I've heard a lot of people mention it looks like some type of a sword in a Halo game, which it does. I believe I've seen it in like pictures and stuff like that. But these two lines combining together, it looks really nice. And the whole back of the car, it's very square. It's very like mean and aggressive looking, and I really love that. Going to the side, typical BMW styling of the X3. Again, I selected these 19-inch wheels, which at first I wasn't really a fan of. I mean, obviously for reasons, I'm going to replace the wheels. I'm going to try to go bigger with better tire. But these wheels, they're 245/50s right now. They're 19-inch wheels. But however, they look actually, they're starting to grow on me. You can see the full profile of the car right here, the side profile. And these wheels are really starting to grow on me. With the blue calipers, they actually are starting to look good, and they ride really comfortable. For a 19-inch wheel that's a 245, I have no problem with traction so far. This is all-wheel drive. It's phenomenal. They're starting to grow on me, I would say that. So if I could, I wish I could put bigger tire on this. I cannot, unfortunately. But moving along on the side, you can see the little vents. I believe these are fake. They don't go anywhere. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. You can comment, because I'm still learning about this car. But these are, I don't believe these are real. Another portion on the side here is the M mirror. So you can see the design where it doesn't attach here or it's not connected. And this is the whole mirror. I really love the look of that. It looks really nice when the car, like when you're looking at the car from this direction, it looks phenomenal. And another portion I want to do on this car is the lights, the reflection of the lights. They have this like light carpet that comes up here. I can't show you this because you can see like the sun is shining. It's really light outside, but it has this beautiful carpet at night. And I want to do a video where I can show you all the lights on the car at night because they're phenomenal. It looks really awesome. Moving along to the front of the car, typical BMW styling with the big grille. Actually, I do like the look of this grille a lot. Again, I couldn't get the Shadowline package, so it came with this chrome grille and this chrome insert on the lights, which I'm starting to like this. I will probably end up replacing the grille, the front grille, this portion right here, and this will be all black, so it will complete the mean look of the car. I really enjoy these automated lights. They follow along the turns and where you're driving. The high beam automatic feature is phenomenal. It's the best I've seen in the business. And also there's a little corner light, so every time you make a turn, the light shines so you can see where you're turning into. There's a couple more vents here. These work. They have a little holes. You can probably see it peeking through the side. The main area here, nothing too different. Again, as I said, typical BMW styling, but to me it looks beautiful. And circling along this side, you can see another side profile of the car. I think this whole setup looks beautiful. You can see the aggressive lines everywhere. The square back makes it look meaty and mean, and also the front makes it look super slick. I'm really sweating too. If you guys can tell, my shirt's probably gonna start showing that soon. One more thing I want to mention about this car is I was pretty much dead set on a Golf R, the new Golf R that's coming out, the Mark 8 GTI Golf Rs. I was dead set on that because I did have a GTI in the channel. I love that car, but to me the interior was not appealing. The car looked a little bit too more of a like a hot boy racer type of car, and I was not sold on that for some reason. And also I watched a lot of videos online where they review the actual interior of the car, and the new like haptic touch buttons, whatever you want to call those, to me did not look appealing. So that's why I kind of was trying to see, okay, what else can I buy that's spacious and also fast. So I came with the conclusion to get this car because this has all the space you need, really. The back is phenomenal. I'll show you this in a minute. The interior, lots of space. And also it's quick. For an SUV, it's deceptively quick. So before I die out of a heat exhaustion or I melt because of the sun, let's go get inside the car, let's talk about it. I just want to warn you, I'll turn the AC on a little bit because it's really hot again, as I said. And you might hear the like background humming noise. I'll try to avoid that as much as possible. So I want to apologize for that in advance. Hopefully you won't hear anything. The microphone is pretty good. So let's go inside. I've never really sat in the back of any car I've owned like this. It feels kind of weird. It feels like you're the only passenger of the car. But I wanted to start with the back. Again, excuse me for the AC. It's really going strong right now. That's why I kind of decided to start back here first. Hopefully I will lower it down when we go to the front. But I want to share with you the spaciousness of the car, or how big it is. This is the rear seat. This is if you have another person sitting here. You can see I'm a decently sized guy, so if I feel comfortable sitting here with a lot of space, that says a lot. I'm 6'3" as well, so there's a lot of space between me and the roof over here. But you can see there's plenty of space. There's also like another person can sit in here. There's a AC touch control. I don't know why this is at 65. There's no need to be this low here in the back seat especially, but these are normal buttons, which feels really great. I really love the screen back here. It's phenomenal. You can see, again, as I said, I'm 6'3". My seat is set up for a 6'3" position as well, and there's still a good amount of space. Like if I sit comfortably, you can see there's a good amount of space. So this is with the back. There's handles here that you can touch. There's the lights, which is pretty cool. I'm not sure what the difference is. I guess this is if you want full light, this is if you want the light to come on slowly. I don't know why they did that. No idea. There's the Minion. If you guys remember this guy from back when the GTI content was hitting this channel, he was always wrong in the ride. In the Mustang, I couldn't really find a space. He wasn't really sitting in a seat. He was kind of like hanging by the dashboard. You guys couldn't see him. But again, he's riding with me. He's my co-companion, other than my girlfriend, of course. When there's no one in the car, he's always riding with me, looking over, telling me to speed, of course, or maybe slow down. I don't know. But the car is starting to cool down. Let's go to the front seat and show you where the business is. So getting to the interior, and if you guys haven't noticed that, I decided to go with the brown color. I think it looks stellar. The white and the brown, to me, looks phenomenal. But going to the interior, you guys can see the brown carries over through here. And it kind of goes all the way through the seats as well, through the dash. And talking about the door, guys, it's very simple. You have your seat control here, you have your mirrors and so on, the actual, sorry, that's kind of dark, the actual mirror dials here with the mirror control and the trunk. One thing to notice is this is only open, it doesn't close it. Again, as I mentioned, the speaker and the color of the car. Let me lower down the AC because now we're going back inside. I tried setting up the AC as much as I could to the lowest setting. It's still really hot in the car. But here's the business end of the car. You can see the interior. Sorry, the camera needs to adjust a little bit. The big screen here and the the digital center stack. You can have some AC control here, and then you have a little bit of a few buttons that you can set up certain menu options here that you can save them. You can see the tires are number 7, 8 is the G-force and such stuff like that. You can go back to home. The Apple CarPlay on this car is phenomenal. I also love that it's like wireless Apple CarPlay. That really helps a lot. This is the rest of the interior here, and you can see it looks beautiful. Also, I love the panoramic sunroof. This is phenomenal. Look how big it is. Look at all the light it's letting inside the car. And you can see the little center control. You can use the car to control with these buttons, back options. This kind of like functions like a mouse. You have different settings. With the different settings, you can do eco. That's what the car changes to. You can do comfort. That's what we were in sport. Also, I'm not sure if you guys can see the head-up display. There is the head-up display. This also changes based on what mode you are. If you go to eco, it changes. If you go with comfort, it changes, and if you go with sport, it changes again. Additional noticeable thing is this has the kind of like the touchless control. So if you have music playing, I don't have my phone on me right now, but let me see if I can log into my Spotify through here. That's another nice thing, is you can log in through Spotify here. Let me lower this before YouTube demonetizes me. With this, I also have the touchless setup, and there's a few neat tricks with this. If you go this way, it will change the song. You can see it goes to the previous song. If I go this way, it goes to the previous song. It keeps changing. You can do that as many times as you want to. You can increase the volume, or you can lower the volume this way. You can also tell it to stop or take you home. I believe it's one of the symbols. I haven't learned yet. There's a lot of different options you can do. I have not learned all of them yet. This is the mirror as well. There's a couple controls here. SOS if you ever need that. Hopefully no one ever needs to use that button. And one thing I really like about this car is the smart technology, or the convenience of this car, because the Bullet on the Mustang, the Bullet costs just almost as much as this car. Not as much, but close to it. It did not have automatic windshield wipers, nothing like that. With this, it's pretty self-efficient. I don't really have to do much, to be honest. I just get to enjoy driving, and that's it. I do miss the Mustang noise and the manual transmission, but it's never really hit me like that. It's because this car has done everything. And even from the factory, even though I'm starting to do a few changes, this is the longest I've ever had a car without actually changing something, like whether it's like a wheels or tuning it or anything like that. This is the longest time I've kept a car. Yeah, there's an airport close by. But this is the longest time I've kept the car without doing any changes. The only change, honestly, I've done is add the camera, and that's just for my safety here driving. But that's it. Everything else on this car is phenomenal. To finish this video, I want to give you a little bit of an exhaust note. I'm not going to make the difference of the exhaust notes. This is going to be a different video to come. But I want to show you guys what the car sounds in Sport. Actually, Sport Plus. Let's do that. I will do that. I'll put the car in Sport Plus. The car has an exhaust valve just like the Mustang did. The exhaust valve opens based on the different modes, and I think that's also phenomenal too, because sometimes, like when I get off from work and I want to drive home, I want to drive in quietness, and I just put it in eco mode, silence. That's all you hear, just silence, which is phenomenal. Again, I'll make another in detail video of this. I want you guys to see how the modes sound inside the car and outside the car, and also like a drive-by. So I'm going to create a whole new video about this. Without that being said, if you guys really enjoyed this video and learned something about the 2022 BMW X3, like the video. That helps me get promoted through the YouTube algorithms, the crazy witchery that they do. And if you're new to the channel, just visiting, please subscribe. That also helps me grow my subscriber count, which again, YouTube appreciates that as well. And now, all you've been waiting for is a little bit of an exhaust note.